So I want to do a video. There's already a video on my page for solving these type of simultaneous equations, but it's a higher level question. So this is an ordinary level question. So first of all, when you see simultaneous equations, to be aware that there are two types of simultaneous equation. Ooh. So there are the type with no squares, and then there are the type like this one. Actually, maybe we'll do the arrow that way. Like this one with squares. And there's two different methods to solve them. So I already have a video up on how to do the one with no squares. They're both linear. So this is different. Okay, so the first step is you take the linear, or the one with no squares, and you rearrange to isolate a letter. Okay, so in this case, both letters are they don't have a number in front of them. So if this had been like, I don't know, 6a plus b equals 8, I would isolate b because it's already somewhat isolated, whereas the a has a 6 stuck onto it. So that makes it harder. Okay, but in this question, it actually doesn't matter because they're both somewhat isolated. So we're going to take the linear equation, which is this one here. I'm going to write it down. And then I am going to isolate a. So I'm going to drop my line here. I want to isolate a, which means I want it on its own. So I need to get rid of the b. It's a plus b, so I get rid of it with a minus b. But if I minus b on the left, I have to minus b on the right. The a is now isolated, and these two are not part of the same family, so I can't combine them. I can just literally write it down as I see it. So 4 minus b. And that's the first step. The second step is you take the squared equation and sub this into it. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to take the squared equation and write it down. So a squared plus b squared equals 16. A squared plus b squared equals 16. And then I'm going to use this thing I just got. So 4 minus b is equal to a. So I'm going to take 4 minus b and I'm going to put it in here in place of a. So in place of a, I'm putting in 4 minus b. The a was squared, so I need to keep the squared. Copy the plus, copy the b squared, copy the equals, copy the 16. So squaring something means multiplying it by itself. So if I want to square 4 minus b, I have to multiply 4 minus b by 4 minus b. Then I write the rest, so plus b squared and equals 16. Multiplying two brackets together, we split the first. So we put the 4 here and we put the minus b. So be careful you don't drop signs. And then we multiply by the second bracket, which is 4 minus b, 4 minus b. Okay, and then don't forget the rest of the question. So plus b squared and equals 16. So we multiply the green 4 by its bracket. So we multiply the green 4 by the 4 inside the bracket and the green 4 by the minus b. Then the yellow minus b by the 4 and the yellow minus b by the minus b. And then plus b squared and equals 16. That's just getting tagged on the whole way down. I've not done any work with it. It's just literally there in every line. Plus b squared equals 16, plus b squared equals 16, plus b squared equals 16. Every time. Okay. Keep going. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times minus b is minus 4b. Minus b times 4 is minus 4b. Minus b times minus b, so the two minuses make a plus, and b times b is b squared, and then plus b squared, and equals 16. Okay, so I am going to look at the families. So I have, these two. So 1b squared and 1b squared is 2b squared. Then I have these two. So minus 4 is minus 8 for the b family. Now, these two are also part of the same family, but I can't do it when they're on opposite sides. So I'm going to move this over here. So to move it, we do a minus 16, which will cancel. And then over here, minus 16, which actually also cancels. Interesting. So, minus b formula, a is with the squared. Which means a is 2. B is with the letter, which is minus 8. And C, if it were there, would be alone, but it's actually missing. And when it's missing, we make it 0. So we go into the formula and tables book, go into maths, go into algebra. There's our formula, and we're going to write it down. So this is actually step 3. Use the minus b formula to solve for one of the letters. So, what letter are we doing here? We're doing B. So B equals, that's confusing. Minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. AC over 2a. So, sorry, just to be clear with that, in the formula and tables book, it's x, but the reason it's x is because the equation over here has x's. Yeah? Whereas our equation here has b's. So that's why it became a b here. Yeah? So, minus. Now, the b in the formula is this one. So it's minus 8 plus or minus, it's not. It's minus 8. Sorry, plus or minus the square root of minus 8 squared minus 4. A is 2, C is 0. All over 2 times A, which is 2 times 2. So I'm going into my calculator with that. I'll get one value for B with the plus and another value for B with the minus. So minus bracket minus 8 plus the square root bracket minus 8 squared minus 4 bracket 2 bracket 0 over 2 bracket 2. So the plus is giving me 4. And then delete, change it to a minus. This is giving me 0. Okay, and then the last step, step 4, is to sub these into equation in step one to get the other letter. So I'm going to go back up here and I'm going to rob. Hang on, bear with me. I'm going to rob this equation now, where do I put it? Sorry, give me a second. Put it here. So I'm robbing this equation here, and I've brought it down here. Yeah? And now what we're going to do is we're going to do it once using this for b. So that would be 4 minus 4, so a is 0. And then we're going to do it again using this for b. So that is 4 minus 0, a is 4. And it's nice to put them together. So a is 0, b is 4 is what I got from the left-hand side. And a is 4, b is 0 is what I got from the right-hand side. And when you do these ones, so when you do simultaneous equations where one has squares and one doesn't, normally what you're doing is getting like the point of intersection between, say, a circle and a line. So the fact that we have two answers just means there's 2 points of intersection, which makes sense because when you draw a circle through a line, it does normally cut it twice.